Ever feel like no matter what you do, you keep getting rejected? What if God is allowing it? Let me show you why rejection may be the doorway to something greater. Rejection goes deeper than a moment. It speaks to our worth. And the fear of man can really trap us. This fear keeps us from stepping out in faith. The reason we hold back? It's because we are afraid we'll be unloved, unaccepted, or unwanted. Even Jesus faced rejection. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 53:3, "He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain." If the Son of God was rejected, we're not alone in our experience. Rejection isn't the end of the road. In fact, every no you've encountered is a sign that you stepped out. You dared to believe. You took a chance. And that's not weakness. That's bravery. Even Jesus stepped into his mission knowing many would turn away. And he still moved forward for love. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you were bold enough to pursue something meaningful. It's not the opposite of success. It's the refining fire that helps you grow into your God-given purpose. Success often begins where rejection tries to end you. Being chosen often comes after being passed over. Before favor finds you, it may feel like the world forgot you. Every divine appointment is often preceded by human dismissal. God's yes sometimes comes after man's no. You know, it's easy to take rejection personally, but what if every no you've heard wasn't a dead end, but a redirection? Each rejection, it's not random, it's one step closer to the door that will open. Sometimes, it takes 1,000 no's to prepare you for the one yes that changes everything. Every opportunity that slipped away, every person who didn't choose you, it might hurt, but it's not the end. God isn't closing doors to punish you. He's guiding you towards something that's truly meant for you. The truth is, those no's, they're just guardrails, keeping you on the path to your divine yes. You prayed, you hoped, and yet, it didn't work out. But here's something to consider. A closed door isn't always rejection. Sometimes, it's God's loving redirection. You see, when God closes a door, it's not because He's punishing you. It's often His mercy, shielding you from something you couldn't see coming. The truth is, that opportunity may have looked good on the outside, but God knew it wasn't right for you on the inside. He's not trying to delay your life, He's protecting it. Sometimes the very thing you thought you wanted is the very thing God saved you from. So what feels like rejection, it might actually be a rescue. God isn't keeping something from you. He's leading you towards something far greater. Let's face it, rejection hurts. It stings. It shakes your confidence. Sometimes it even makes you question your worth. But you know what's even more painful in the long run? Staying stuck. Staying in the same place because you're too afraid to be told no again. Rejection might bruise you, but staying stagnant? That slowly steals your purpose. You were never meant to live frozen by fear. God didn't call you to play it safe. He called you to walk by faith. Yes, being rejected is hard, but never moving, never trying, never showing up, that's paralyzing. Here's a thought worth remembering. Don't fear rejection more than you fear regret. Because regret doesn't come from hearing no. It comes from never having tried at all. The fear of rejection can't hold you unless you let it. It only has power if you agree to sit still and stay silent. But when you rise up, when you take the next step in faith, that's where your story starts to shift. That's where transformation begins. Let's talk about growth for a moment. Growth doesn't happen when everything is easy. It doesn't come in the moments where we feel safe, in control, or completely comfortable. Real growth happens when you dare to show up anyway. When you say, "I'm afraid, but I'm still going." Comfort has a way of convincing us that we're fine where we are. It lulls us into routines, into safety, into silence. But comfort doesn't change you. Courage does. It's courage that gets you out of bed when you don't feel strong. It's courage that makes you apply again after a no. It's courage that leads to transformation. You see, the moment you step outside your comfort zone, that's when God steps in with power. That's when stretching begins. That's when new doors open. That's when you start to become the person God designed you to be. You won't change in comfort, but you will in courage. And every courageous step, even if it feels small, is building something big in your life. So take the step, even if it's trembling, even if you're unsure, because that's exactly where God does his best work. So maybe you faced rejection. Maybe the door slammed shut. Maybe someone walked away or overlooked you when you gave your best. But friend, listen closely. That no wasn't the end of your story. That closed door wasn't the death of your purpose. It might have been the very thing God used to protect you, refine you, and prepare you. Because in the kingdom of God, rejection is not a curse. It's often a setup for something greater. What felt like loss might actually be His love guiding you to what's better. And here's the truth. You may not feel chosen by others, but you are already chosen by God. John 15:16. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you. So now, here's my challenge for you. Don't let fear of rejection keep you from your assignment. Don't stay stuck in comfort when courage is calling you forward. Don't give up after a closed door. Walk by faith toward the next one. Today, ask God, where are you calling me to show up again, even if I'm afraid? And then, go. Go with your head high and your heart steady, because the one who calls you is faithful. Isaiah 41:9-10. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. So do not fear, for I am with you. You are seen, you are loved, you are called, and rejection will never change that.
I've heard the silence after knocking. I've seen the door close in my face, carry the weight of being unwanted. Felt like I was out of place, but in the whisper through the breaking, I felt a voice I can't deny. You said you're chosen, not forsaken. And I began to lift my eyes. You never turned me away, even when the world walks out. Your love remains the same through every fear, through every doubt. You hold the pieces of my story. You rewrite the words they say. I may be rejected by many, but you never turn me away. I've been overlooked and broken, but you saw treasure in the clay. What they dismissed, you've anointed. What they ignored, you chose to raise. No closed door can stop your purpose. No can cancel what you planned. You're acceptance is my anchor, and in your love I choose to stand. You never turn me away, even when the world walks out. Your love remains the same through every fear, through every doubt. You hold the pieces of my story, you rewrite the words they say. I may be rejected by many, but you never turn me away. You're the God who calls the outcast, the shepherd who leaves the 99. I am seen, I am found, in your heart I'm by design. You never turn me away, even when the world walks out. Your love remains the same through every fear, through every doubt. You hold the pieces of my story, you rewrite the words they say. I may be rejected by many,